You didn't click this by accident. Maybe it was the title, maybe it was the thumbnail, but you're here now for a reason, and what I'm about to say might wreck your reality. Because the truth is, almost everything you believe about love, about women, was never real. You were trained to believe in a fairy tale, that if you were a good man, if you were kind, loyal, ambitious, clean-cut, emotionally available, she would choose you. That love was fair, that effort mattered. But what if I told you it doesn't? And worse, what if I told you that the very things you think make you more lovable are the exact reasons she stops feeling anything for you at all? Theme: understanding emotional attraction. Scene shifts, visuals of childhood scenes, Disney movies, high school crushes, romantic comedies playing on a TV. From the moment we were kids, we were fed a script that women fall for the good guy, the one who opens the door, the one who listens, the one who never raises his voice. But real life doesn't play by Hollywood rules, because women don't fall in love the way men do. They don't fall for your resume, not your six-pack, not your $100,000 job, and definitely not your over-eager devotion. The real trigger is emotional, raw, subconscious, primal, and if you don't understand how to move her emotionally, you'll keep playing a game where the rules are written in a language you never learned. Sign 1. Women don't love you. They love how you make them feel. Scene: slow montage of different men interacting with women. One is showering her with attention. Another says little but has intense presence. Guess who she stays with? Here's the first truth most men never hear. She doesn't love you. She loves how she feels around you, not who you are, but what you stir inside her. It's not about your appearance, status, or character, at least not on the surface. It's about the emotional impression you leave, that spark in her chest, that tension in her stomach, that unpredictable electricity that makes her replay your name like a secret. Psychology calls this emotional imprinting, but let's keep it real. She remembers the feeling, not the facts, not the gifts, not the long texts, not the late-night phone calls. Just that one moment you looked into her eyes and she forgot how to breathe. The puzzle. Most men can't solve. You could be the smartest man in the room. You could say all the right things, but if your presence doesn't ignite a feeling, you're invisible. Meanwhile, the guy who gives her nothing but chaos, who breaks the rules, challenges her, makes her heart race, that's the man she can't stop thinking about. Not because he's better, but because he touched something deeper than logic, something untamed. And this is where most men lose. They bring logic to an emotional battlefield. Why good men get left behind. Scene: a man watching his phone light up, trying to understand where it went wrong. You did everything right. You showed up. You communicated. You gave her consistency, loyalty, stability, but she still pulled away. Why? Because she didn't feel anything. Women are wired for sensation, for emotional spikes, for moments that steal the breath from their lungs. It's not the man she remembers. It's the emotional movie you directed in her head. The storm she chooses. So when she chooses the unpredictable man, the flawed one, the one who doesn't always reply, you tell yourself, she doesn't know what she wants. But she does. She wants to feel alive. And that doesn't happen with safe, or nice, or stable. That happens with emotional impact. Because love, for her, isn't a spreadsheet. It's a storm. And some storms leave her breathless. Insight. Stop trying to be chosen. Start creating emotion. If you take nothing else from this, remember, women don't chase security. They chase sensation. You don't need to be a bad boy. You need to become a man who knows how to move her without a single word. A man who triggers emotional curiosity, who knows how to create presence, tension, and unpredictability. That's the man she can't forget, even if she tries. Cliffhanger: what happens when you stop chasing her? Scene fades to black, slow heartbeat in background. But what happens when you stop chasing? When you pull your energy back? Most men fear they'll lose her. But what if I told you that's exactly when she feels you most intensely? Have you ever sat there, staring at the screen, waiting, hoping her name pops up? That little typing bubble, the one that never shows. And in that silence, you start questioning everything. Did I say too much? Should I text again? Did I lose her? Cut to flashback, a moment where the same man was once calm, grounded, not needing anything. What changed? You started chasing, and that's when the energy shifted. Chasing kills attraction, and you don't even know you're doing it. Scene: woman sitting in her car, staring out the window. Her phone lights up. A message from him. She sighs, unread. Let me give you the brutal truth most men refuse to accept. The more you chase her, the less she feels. Not because she's cruel, not because she's playing games, but because human beings, men and women alike, do not crave what they already possess. The moment she knows she has you, completely, unconditionally, emotionally available at all hours, the tension dies, the curiosity fades, the spark dims. Why women lose interest? When you're too available. Think about it. Have you ever been around someone who always replied instantly, who always agreed with you, who was always free when you called? Did you feel excitement, or did you feel nothing? That's how she feels when you start orbiting her life like a satellite. And deep down, you already know this, because mystery creates desire, and tension is the seed of attraction. Chasing makes you predictable, and predictability is poison. Scene: a woman scrolling her phone, surrounded by messages from different guys. They all say the same thing. Hey, good morning, beautiful. Why aren't you answering? Predictability kills suspense, and suspense is what makes a woman feel. So when you're always texting first, always initiating plans, always trying to prove your worth, you don't look strong, you look scared. Scared of losing her, scared of being alone. But let me ask you this: can a woman feel drawn to a man who doesn't even feel secure in himself? High-value men don't chase, they lead. This is why women fall for men who don't chase, not because they're jerks, but because they carry themselves with intentional detachment, a quiet, calm presence that says, "You're welcome in my world, but I won't beg you to stay." That confidence is rare, and rare things are irresistible. Scene: two men, one choice, side-by-side visuals. One man is blowing up her phone, planning dates, writing long messages. Another man is working out, focused, calm. He sends one message, short, confident. Then he disappears again into his life. Guess which one she thinks about at night? Not the one who's always there, but the one who feels like a mystery she hasn't solved yet. Because here's what no one tells you. A man's silence speaks louder than his words. A man's absence creates more emotion than his overpresence ever could. Let her come to you. This doesn't mean you ignore her or play childish games. It means you value your energy enough to protect it. You send a message, then move forward. You plan a date, then continue your mission. You don't sit there staring at your phone like a lost boy. Because women are emotional creatures, and emotions thrive in contrast. When she feels your presence, then your absence. That contrast builds tension, and tension, my brother, is the foundation of desire. Chasing is not romantic, it's reassurance-seeking. Most men don't chase for love. They chase to feel good about themselves. If she replies, I matter. If she wants me, I'm valuable. But that's not love, that's emotional dependency, and she can feel it. You think your words are showing her care. She hears them as silent screams for validation. That's why chasing repels, not because love isn't real, but because you're trying to buy emotion with effort, and she doesn't want to be bought. She wants to be moved. Ask yourself this: if you stopped chasing her today, would your world fall apart? If so, then she's not the problem. You are. You've built your value around being wanted, not around being whole, and that's where transformation begins. Cliffhanger: what if? Being too nice is what's killing the attraction. Scene fades to black. Piano music slows down. A single candle flickers. You thought being kind would win her heart, that patience and softness would set you apart. But what if the very thing you thought was strength was the exact energy she could never feel attraction for?